Happy Monday. Here we're doing shoulders live. So I figured out if I do this live, it doesn't take up space on the phone. It is genius. So it's a push day with a shoulder focus. Shoulders being sort of one of my better muscles, if I may say so. But still, you got to warm up. So first things you do is you do your rotations. I use the band, but you can use a towel or a very lanky person or whatever the case may be. And then I go into pull-aparts. So I start out pretty wide, and then as I start feeling better, I come in. The key being pull the shoulders back. So if you're doing this, you're working your mid back. You gotta lock the triceps, then roll out. How's the sound, everybody? Can everybody hear us? All good? Cameraman? Good. People can hear us? So, then because it is a pressing day, I would also get my elbows warm. And because I'm so old, I use the band for just a light tricep pump, you know. Again, you can play with the resistance. You can go a little bit higher and then come down here or so. When I'm done with that, I would probably get some very light overhead presses in, you know, just something like having the band under one foot, in front of the head and behind. Let's warm up. Then for my actual workout, we talked about this before, but I'm a big fan of doing the quote-unquote single joint, aka small stuff first, okay? Meaning, I start with rear delt work. So, I would grab those, okay, but people doing rear delts, this is what you see often. Insane amounts of weights being moved, right? That's all nonsense. You start here, you lock your tricep, and then you're moving the elbows, not the hands, about maybe 10 inches. So from here to here, that's it. All this stuff is like a medium trap workout / mid back. Lock it, and don't be afraid to really run up the reps a little bit, you know, meaning 15 or so. So that'll be my first set. Then take a leisurely gulp of water. And for the second round, I'd probably up the ante a little bit in the sense that I would, again, lock the tris, get 8 to 10 proper, and then I would go into what I call like a short rear delt fly, where I bend the elbows and I push them out a bit. So that'll be the first 3 sets or so. When that's done, I start the medial delt work. So medial delt work is often an afterthought, and it shows. That's why you have people looking like this, not having nice round shoulders. Because by the time they get to their side raises and that sort of thing, they're wiped, okay? So today's exercise du jour is the X-Men. So you would stand in with a slight lean forward, and let me just make sure I don't hit the cable. So, just like that. If I'm standing tall like this, I'm doing a front raise. So a slight lean like this will do just fine, okay? I can get the extra stretch if I want in the medial delt, hold it as a weighted stretch, and move up till here. So the weighted stretch is a great option for the more advanced athlete. Let it sit here. Kind of painful, if I may say so. Come back up. Hold that stretch. So I'd be doing probably about 3 sets or so. Okay? Then I go to, shall we say, the meat and potatoes. So here, thank you CrossFit for fake weights. Looks very manly. It's only 25 pounds, but it's very hard to talk and train. So I'm actually like super strong. You just gotta believe me. So what I'm attempting to do, I always wondered like if bodybuilding was announced like golf. It's like, and now Mike is doing the Bradford press. Ooh. Polite golf club. Anyways, so it's gonna be Bradford press, regular press, squat push press. Kind of like I'm resting in between. So let's get to it. So it starts out with the Bradford. Rest for 10. Regular press, warping the bar together, and then squat push press where you use the legs just a little bit as you fatigue. Is the Bradford press dangerous? For some people. So pushing from behind the neck, behind the head, a lot of people do not have the flexibility to do so. That is correct. They should work on that. It is not necessary to do presses behind the neck. That is correct. However, that usually means that the person is so stiff that he or she is pressing like this. Okay? What that means is basically you are at injury waiting to happen. So people that come to me, I'm going to use a broomstick, they're new, I tell them push overhead, this happens. Okay? Because everything here and here is so tight that they basically can't train. What I'm saying is that the Bradford press in a healthy, reasonably well-conditioned athlete is not dangerous, whereas a regular overhead press in a person who is stiff will lead to disaster. Did I make this clear? Good. Doing the second set here. Since we're here. All this work setting it up. By the way, you're not going to believe this, but a couple of weeks ago, we had some genius here, 315 on the bar. Some people. He takes all the plates off here, the lever tilts, who would have thunk it, breaks the window. Dude, this, Lexington Avenue, lots of people. Metal falls out, they can die. What are you thinking? Who does this? Anyways, back at it. So, the Bradford press. It's actually quite demanding. Shaking my hands off. I give it like 5 or so, depending. And a regular press. Breathing through it. And then going into the regular press. So the meat is that would be one of my main dishes du jour. Then I like to follow up with the machine. So the machine lends itself well for exhaustion techniques. However, to my earlier point, somebody who's too stiff and trains only the machine and does not do any rear delt work and so on and so forth will mask the problem in here until it breaks. So, enough lecturing, we got that. So I'll be going 8 reps, inward intention, ear level, no lockout. That'll be my first set. I'll take about a minute or so, give or take. What is talking and training really makes me thirsty. So then, the next round, I'll be going my 8 reps and then baby reps at midpoint. Then again, take a breather, so on and so forth. Then I would go 8 reps. I know this wasn't 8. Then I get a couple of squeeze outs and I let it fall down to the midpoint. Then, the 4th round, I'll be going in 8 full reps and then baby reps up here, squeezing the delts, mid-range, and then a slow and agonizing weighted stretch / negative on the last 20 centimeters. And from there on, I do, because the shoulders are pretty much fried now, but I have more work to do. However, instead of just like sitting around picking my nose, I'll be going in what Poliquin called, may he rest in peace, active recovery, which would be pull down behind the neck. Again, the pull down behind the neck is not dangerous. Being stiff is dangerous. So 2-3 sets here. I should be having some functionality back to tackle the monster. The monster being the Superman press. I don't know, I put 20s out here. They might have been a little bit ambitious, but find out soon. So the Superman press is a nice way to get all 7 heads of the delt. Yes, delts have 7 heads, not just 3. Kind of like ancient monsters. So, whew, tricky. Not feeling like Kent Clark here. Not feeling Superman today. Whew. So not quite there. It's also a good exercise for people who need this movement, swimmers, boxers. So, here one more. And then from here on, I'd move into some tricep work because, you know, it's a pressing workout. It's not depressing, it's a pressing workout. So we're having this cool Watson bar. Might have overloaded this also. So tilting the handles. And then opening the handles back up here to squeeze the tris. So it's tilt, And then I would double this up with throat grip presses. So that'd probably be my only tricep exercise du jour, because I did a press, and a press. So that'd kind of be at least 12 sets plus another 4 on the tries, so you can see how that adds up. Since my arms are small, where's the bicep bar? Oh, here, yeah. So don't post this on anywhere, but I train arms every day. Yes, every day. Not super heavy, super hard, but just some additional volume. And ever since I went from suck to mediocre. So these bars are great because they force you in a positioning where you can't cheat. So your hand is locked in like this. Plus left hand, right hand. So you can't mess it up. It's genius. So I get another 3 sets or so. And then, since I have all this set up, I would do some core work or abdominal. In this case, it'd be weighted vacuums, where I basically lower the abs, push back. So to reiterate, proper warm-up, pull-aparts, press downs, rotations, small stuff first, rear delt, X-Men, then the Bradford, the regular push press, machine with a drop set, drop sets at different levels, a little bit of recovery, Superman, some tricep work, bicep, abs. Yes, it's a lot of volume, but I've been training for a long time. So A, I can handle it, and B, if I don't do it, nothing happens. The law of diminishing returns is ruthless. So the better you get, the flatter the yield curve. Guys, have a great Monday. Speak soon.